Google. So it's anywhere from Yelp and Oracle, which have been very loud about their complaints about their company. But we also may see some publishers or some advertisers, media and telecom companies who may want to bring the DOJ some evidence as the DOJ decides what to focus on in its Google investigation.
Well, let's take a bite of one of those. Yelp. What is its gripe against Google?
Well, Yelp and other companies complain that Google has essentially pushed them out of the market with its search practices. So that's one area of focus that the DOJ could look at. Is Google essentially a monopoly in search? And have they done actions
BNN
to favor their own products? Google got into Google listings in a similar way that Yelp did earlier. Or is that anti-competitive behavior? Another area that the DOJ could focus on is online digital advertising. Google owns a lot of the processes and entities in the digital ad market space, and advertisers and those and publishers that receive ads, complain that they don't get enough of a big enough cut of the pie. So Naomi, this has been known for a while, the things that you're talking about. So how much would the companies giving evidence to the Justice Department make a difference? Or do they really have some smoking gun evidence? No, this investigation will take a long time, and it's really complicated. So there'll be economists who are analyzing, the economics of these markets. They're going to have to study, the legal arguments to even define, what market is Google in? Is it a social media company? Is it in the digital advertising market, or does it dominate the overall advertising market? So there's really sort of complicated economic and legal arguments that need to be parsed through. What Google's enemies will want to do is they'll want to shape the DOJ's understanding of those complex arguments in a way that favors them.
And I would assume that one of the big complications here is that this is not a monolithic investigation of one particular big thing, but it's all sorts of small pieces of the pie.
Yes, because Google is in a way a diversified company. There's a lot of angles the DOJ could pursue when centering on an investigation. It could look at mobile devices. It could look at online search. It could look at digital advertising. And so if you're Yelp, you might not be as interested in the digital ad market as you are in the search results. And so what you hope, especially right now at the beginning of the investigation, is that you can sort of make clear to the DOJ, no, hey, you should focus on this area. This is what's really problematic.
They're talking about Google right now.
The FTC's investigation of Google was closed without any action 6 years ago. What are the Justice Department's stats like about inquiries leading to enforcement actions?
Well, look, this Justice Department has, been willing to be bold, and so they pursued a case against AT&T's merger or acquisition of Time Warner, and they lost, but they showed that they were willing to be bold and pursue tough antitrust cases, and so we'll have to see what they end up doing. Just because they open an investigation doesn't mean that they'll even bring a case, but I think we should be open to see what happens.
And what about the Justice Department's numbers as far as monopolization?
The markets are higher in America today, and it's good to see that after the huge red day we had yesterday. It was a massive crash in the cannabis sector. Cannabis stocks in Canada were down 5.6%. So, pretty bad day, and in America they were down over 4%. So it's nice to see cannabis growth coming back today, to be quite honest with you. It's encouraging. Is it just one day? Are we going to continuously see more momentum? I believe we're going to have a tough June, unfortunately. I hope we don't, but it looks the way it's going. But it's good to see cannabis growth having a big day today. I definitely want to buy me some Canopy Growth. I know that there's members that were buying yesterday on the dip, and they bounced back up a little bit today, but I don't know. I want to see how June goes here. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for your likes. Beautiful day here in Vancouver. It's currently 17 degrees Celsius. That's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just been listening to BNN BLOOMBERG.
In his long-running dispute over illegal immigration, while Mexican officials predict an 80% likelihood of an agreement to avoid the penalties during upcoming negotiations, Trump told reporters in London he's not optimistic.
We are going to see if we can do something, but I think it's more likely that the tariffs go on, and we'll probably be talking during the time that the tariffs are on and they're going to be paid.
The president spoke on the second day of his state visit to Britain, where he met with outgoing Prime Minister Theresa May. He jokingly suggested that May stick around until a new U.S.-UK trade deal was brokered. May and her aides chuckled at that. Trump said Britain and the U.S. would be able to strike a phenomenal trade deal once the U.K. had left the EU. Declaring it's time to put a stop to this violence, Virginia's governor is calling for common sense public safety laws in the wake of Friday's mass shooting in Virginia Beach. Governor Ralph Northam is calling a special session of the state's legislature, ordering the Senate and House of Delegates to convene.
So yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Vancouver. Weather is gorgeous. The sun is out.
Not thoughts and prayers.
12 people were killed.
Nice to see the markets bouncing back today, that's for sure. Not just in the cannabis sector, but overall. I know they said that the NASDAQ was up. Let's see.
From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. The Trump baby blimp is flying again. Protesters against U.S. President Donald Trump's state visit to Britain this week have inflated that 6-meter tall today in London, and they're letting it bob gently in the air across from the Houses of Parliament. The inflatable, depicting Trump as a screaming baby in a diaper, made its debut last July during Trump's working visit to the UK. Thousands of protesters are expected to march in London as Trump holds talks today with outgoing British Prime Minister Theresa May. Trump said at a business breakfast this morning he looks forward to forming a bilateral trade agreement with the UK as it prepares to exit the European Union later this year.
I think we'll have a very, very substantial trade deal. It'll be a very fair deal, and I think that this is something that your folks want to do, my folks want to do, and we want to do, and we're going to get it done.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says gender equality is under attack, and he says social media is making it easier for hatred to creep into the public debate. In Vancouver last night to deliver the opening address to a global conference, Trudeau told Women Deliver 2019, the rights that women enjoy in Canada and in many other countries are not guaranteed, and progress can backslide. He urged feminists to fight back against politicians who are shamefully campaigning.
Hope you guys are having a good trading day today. Hope you guys are having a good day in general. Markets have been very choppy lately. Obviously, they've been going down on a global scale. I believe that overall they're going to continue. In May, a staggering number that I noticed is that the cannabis sector in the United States was down 13% in May. In Canada, it was down 9.7%. It's a pretty substantial drop in Canada and the United States. So, you know, that's 1 month. So we've had huge gains. Now we're giving back some of those gains. The question is, when are we going to have the next resurrection? I believe with legalization of cannabis coming, that's going to be the catalyst. Legalization of edibles in Canada. I believe it's going to be October 17, 2019. So we're not, I think we're like 4 months away. 4 months away from legalization of edibles in Canada. So last year we had legalization of cannabis and it started to take off at the end of July. And we had a tough June and a tough May. And here we are a year later and we had a tough May and started off June really bad yesterday. We're having a bounce back day today. But I don't really anticipate us having a huge June. I mean, I would love to have it. I'd love to see it. just don't see it though. I don't see it happening. Love to know what you guys think. What's your opinion on that? Do you guys see the markets turning around anytime soon here? Do you feel like it's going to be
2.13%, gold down 0.1%, 13.23 the ounce, and West Texas Intermediate crude up 0.3%.
So apparently today is the biggest day in the markets since January of 2019. This is the biggest day in the markets since January 2019.
A fiscal 2020 Homeland Security Appropriations bill that would rescind border fence funds and
just listen to BNN BLOOMBERG. They're saying today's the biggest day in the markets since January 2019. So big bounce back day in the markets today. Big bounce back day in the markets today. Yeah, I apologize. I lost my stream. I'm driving, right? So went into a bad reception area. I'm running off data here. And I don't know what happened. I got disconnected. Sorry, guys. But I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, today is the biggest day in the markets since January 2019. It's the biggest day in the markets in the US markets on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. So pretty big day today in the markets. Big bounce back day after a crash yesterday. We're having a big bounce back immediately thereafter. It's funny, that's why you can't panic sell. Panic selling is the worst possible thing to do, man. Panic selling is the worst thing you could do. It's exactly what the market makers want you to do. You can't play those games, man. You get decimated. Just get decimated. Hope you guys are having a good day today. It's your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. Just here in beautiful British Columbia. I'll show you guys some views shortly once I get out of my car. I'm just gonna park and then I'll show you guys some cool views. Some pretty crazy views. Pretty beautiful day today. How's your trading going today, guys? You guys having a good trading day? Tilray is better than Afria. I totally agree with that. I think it's not even close. I think Tilray is way better than Afria. I don't even think it's even close. They got a tighter share structure. They have a great company. They've got the ability to do business in America. I mean, they're going to be a giant. Tilray's absolute giant. Yeah, they're not worth $100. You told me it would be a green day? Hey man, trust me, you think I don't want today to be a green day? I'm holding a lot of stocks. I don't need the red, believe me. I don't know if today is going to be a red day or tomorrow's going to be a green day. I don't have that type of control over the market. All I can do is try to educate and entertain the people. Try to make the best decisions I can as an investor. Buy low and sell high. And I know for a fact that when things are down, that's the best time to buy. And if you invest in the best companies when the market's down, you give yourself a chance to win. If you invest in weaker companies when the time like this happens and the markets start to go down, those are the companies that people are going to sell off first, and people are going to put their money into the bigger and the stronger plays, because those are the ones that typically will stay strong in times of duress, and the weaker ones will just get decimated because people will just sell them off and say, oh, I don't like this stock, and they're going to go and they're going to buy Amazon, they're going to go and buy Google, they're going to go and buy Facebook, they're going to go and buy the cash cows, they're going to buy Canopy Growth because it's the biggest and it's the best. That's just the way it goes. That's the way the markets work. It's always been like that. It'll always be like that. Hope you guys are having a good trading day. Your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. just wanted to talk to you guys about the markets. Overall, the markets are having the biggest day in January. Sorry, in 2019 since January. So I think that's pretty interesting, and stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on everything that's happening. If any big breaking news happens, I'll let you know. This is your boy Rich from RICHTV Live, and I'm out.